It just smells like Christmas. I love it. It's super hot, super hot. Oh, okay. Hello, happy holidays, and welcome to Bookmas Day 1. I am so excited to be bringing you guys along with me on our Bookmas adventure, and also welcome back to one of my most favorite videos, as I always say, to create, and that is my monthly reset videos. I can't believe we're in December already and that we're going to be doing Bookmas this year together. So excited for that. And I know everyone does Bookmas differently. I know that there are people that do all 24 days, which is absolutely crazy. Kudos to them. I know that some people do every other day from the 1st to the 24th. Some people do the first half, so the 1st through the 12th, or others do the 12th through the 24th. However, for me, you can expect videos every single day from now December 1st to December 12th. So much content to be sharing with you guys, so many fun holiday things to be going over. With that being said, let's get into today's video, and that is my December reset and looking at December and looking at where we're going to be going for the year of 2026. All right, so let's start with November, an overview, how I felt, what did I feel coming out of November. I don't feel as accomplished as I've wanted to. I don't know if I just hit a plateau after October. I felt like October was such an amazing month. It was a great reading month. It was a great goal month. And so I came out of October feeling really good. And then, like normal, for some reason, when that really cold winter hits, I start to kind of like go downhill a little bit. And I do get really exhausted. Our days are shorter. The sun sets at 4:35. It's dark out. I feel a little bit of seasonal depression. And so it does impact what I'm able to accomplish. And yeah, so it did take a little bit of adjustment this time. And I don't know if it was different than last year in the sense that last year I was just kind of in a fog of newborn motherhoodness. And this year I'm more aware of everything that's around me, which of course then leads me into my reading aspect of November. And I'm sorry guys, it was one of the worst months I have ever had. It reminds me of the beginning of this year where I did not read anything from March to June. I ended up reading only 2 books. Very depressing. I just didn't feel, at the end of the day, I just was so exhausted that I would rather mindlessly scroll on my phone than pick up a book. The only 2 books that I read in the month of November were 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow, and then A Road Trip with the Vampire by Jenna Levine, I believe. And both were okay, both were decent. I think I gave a 10,000 Doors of January a 4-star, and then I gave A Road Trip with the Vampire 3.75 stars. So yeah, November as a nutshell, not the most productive month, felt very exhausted. And I am hoping now that I'm feeling a lot more grounded, I'm feeling like I'm getting used to the season of darkness and slowness and mindfulness, that I think December is going to be a little bit better of a month. So let's move on to December now. Let's talk about December's goals, December's reading, what we're thinking, what's going to happen. So December for me is a really great time for me not only to look back at the last 12 months and see how much did I actually accomplish with a lot of my bigger goals, but it also gives me an opportunity to look forward. what do I want to potentially accomplish for the next new year? So a lot of my December goals are looking at the new year and potentially what I want to accomplish in the new year. Let's start with the personal goals. What do I want to accomplish personally? First goal I have is no screen time after 7 p.m. I was getting really good at this in the month of October, where I was done with any devices at 7 p.m. and I was reading for a good 3 hours from 7 p.m. when my daughter goes to bed to about 10 p.m. when I will get ready for bed. And then the other goal for personal is start thinking about goals and things I want to accomplish in 2026. I did do a little bit of a brain dump earlier of kind of like the things that I might want to accomplish, whether it's goal-wise or a to-do list. And then moving on to love and friendship. And the first goal is to say yes to one social outing. And this can be any social outing with any friends or family. I have this issue of saying no a lot because it is exhausting trying to get myself ready and a toddler ready to go out and about. And then I do want to plan a winter date with my husband. And then finally, for my love and a relationship goal is to go on one family outing this holiday season. So I just want to start a tradition with our daughter. She is still very young, so she's not going to remember anything. But last year we just really weren't able to do much, nor did we feel comfortable bringing our newborn into the outside world where it's cold and flu season. And then let's move on to the motherhood goals. The first goal is I need to organize my daughter's baby clothes. So anything that's from preemie all the way up to about that 9-12 month mark. She's fitting into more of the 12 to 18 month and the 18 to 24 month now. And there are still clothes that I haven't packed away and put into storage. And then the other goal for motherhood is to bring O to meet Santa for the first time. As I said, we didn't really go anywhere last year. She was a newborn. She just came home from the NICU. And so we really didn't do a lot of like the holiday fun things. We're going to see how meeting Santa goes for the first time. All right, so let's move on to my YouTube goals. I have 2 goals for YouTube and one is bookmas. That's all. Just my goal is to accomplish bookmas from days 1 to day 12. That's it. And then I also need to plan a loose 2026 content roadmap. So kind of giving myself an idea of what kind of content am I looking at for 2026, what's going to be trending potentially, kind of getting a, just a loose idea of the content that I do want to create. So moving on to my reading goals, I do have a few reading goals. I want to read at least 2 to 3 books on my winter/holiday TBR. There is going to be a video coming out on that, so you don't have to worry. And then my next goal is to start thinking about the books that I want to get to in the year of 2026. I am not creating a yearly TBR or anything like that. It's more of kind of giving myself an idea of what books do I want to get, so any new releases, what book series do I want to finish, or what book series I want to start, and what standalones or classics that I really want to get to. And then I want to spend device-free nights for at least a week and only read. So once again, it's making sure that I'm off of the phone or anything like that by 7 p.m. and I'm only reading. And then for my financial goals, the first goal is I want to make sure I am tracking my holiday spending. And then my second goal, and I know this is really a silly goal, but it's to limit grocery trips. So meaning I will, if I feel like I'm missing stuff, I will go to the grocery store, but then instead of getting those few items, I'll get more. And so I really need to kind of limit the grocery trips in sense of have a better list. And then for my last financial goal, it's to start thinking of the 2026 budget buckets as well as the wants and needs of next year. All right, so there's the goals. Now let's quickly talk about my December reading plans. So I have decided after November and the debacle with November's TBR and everything that I will no longer be setting monthly TBRs. The reason being is that I do not do well with a set TBR, especially when you're setting 6 to 7 books. That's all that I'm able to read in a month now. So I don't have any wiggle room, or at least I mentally don't give myself any wiggle room to read anything outside of that monthly TBR. And so what's happening is I'm falling into reading slumps because I'm not reading what I want, and I'm reading what I set myself to read. And it doesn't provide me any real space to be able to be a mood reader, because that's exactly what I am. I am 200% a mood reader. It just makes me feel like a failure at the end of the month when I realize that I have not read any of the books, or I end up pushing myself into a reading slump because I don't want to read any of the books. But my reading plans for the month of December are going to be very loose. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to read what I want. I'm just gonna end this year strong, and I think I'm gonna end it strong by not setting a TBR. All right, before we end this video, let's go over 2026, my thoughts, my views, what I'm hoping to accomplish. I am not going to go in depth on my 2026 goals or anything like that because they are not solidified yet. All right, so let's start with YouTube. Kind of a general idea of what I'm hoping to accomplish with YouTube in 2026. So the first hope for 2026 for YouTube is getting to 1,000 subscribers. I have been working towards this for a while. Another kind of focus of mine for YouTube is focusing on some series. So I do want to do more in my 30s diary series. I really enjoyed doing episode 1. Another series I want to focus on is finishing my book series that I'm in the middle of. I have so many. I really want to do a episode series on that, as well as thinking about maybe an annotating series or a read with me series. And then moving on to just kind of an over idea of what I want to accomplish for reading. I don't want to set any big major reading goals. The only things I like to set are the plans that I want to read. So specifically the series that I maybe want to get to, standalones that I want to get to, and then classics. I'm really thinking about picking up quite a few classics this year. And then of course in the background I always have this ambitious goal that I like to mentally set, and I know it never happens every year, but it's to read 100 books. It's always been a goal of mine to read 100 books. Other than those like few ideas for 2026, I don't have any major set goals. I would like to do our first family trip at some point next year. I would like to take a few courses for my career. But other than that, like, I don't have a concrete plan or goals. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to bring you guys along with me on this Bookmas adventure. So very excited to be sharing with you all the different holiday content. In the comments below, let me know if you are setting any goals for the month of December or if there are any specific books that you are planning on picking up in the month of December. I will see you guys in my next Bookmas video. Bye!